All right. So this is going to be our lecture number 45, and we have already completed some programs in in this series, particular of number system series. So in that program, I have discussed the logic for identifying the binary number and octal and decimal, and also we have discussed some videos over addition of two binary numbers, even to any base to any base. Of course, any base to decimal also, like of the conversion. But in the addition part, we have discussed how to add two decimal number, or how to add two, I would say, octal numbers, or how to add two binary numbers. Fine. So from now onwards, I would be discussing like subtraction of these two numbers in some my upcoming videos, like addition of sorry, that subtraction of decimal number, subtraction of octal number, and subtraction of I would say binary number, and subtraction of to any base numbers also. Fine. So we will be following this particular pattern, and let us say what we are going to see today. Fine. So let's go to the problem what we are going to solve today. So today we are gonna see decimal to decimal subtraction in my subtraction. In my previous videos, we have seen the addition part. Now we are following the subtraction part. How do we add decimal to decimal subtraction? How do we, approach this particular program? And after that, we will see the subtraction of two octal numbers. And exactly after that, we would see the subtraction of two binary numbers. And right after that, we would see subtraction of any base two numbers. Fine. So now let us say we are going to solve this particular problem, which is decimal to decimal addition. So first of all, we have to take two numbers. Those would be two decimal numbers. Let's say I have a is equal to, let us say 1 2 3, and now b is equal to, which is the second number to subtract, let us say 49. So I have to subtract this number from this. Fine. And also we can assume that this number will be greater than this number always. Like we have two options here. Either we can assume this, or what we can do, we can take maximum of these two and then subtract this, the minimum from the maximum one. But for now I am taking the first number as greater in like in our always condition, and second number is lesser. Fine. So this was just an update. Now let us see how we are going to subtract this. So again, this is I would say the simple math which you have learned in our school. So what we have given, let us say we have given 1 2 3 and 4 9, and we have to subtract these two numbers. Of course we can do by just applying the minus sign in our program, but we have to apply a logic which is being executed behind the scene. Fine. So how do we subtract these numbers? Let us say if we have 3 here, so first of all we pick this digit and we pick this digits. Fine. So let us say here what we are doing, let's say if I subtract 9 from 3, let's say 3 minus 9, we are getting minus 6. Fine. And to update, the base for decimal is 10. Fine, because everything is depending on the base. Rest of the logic are going to be very similar, but the difference is only with the base. We have already seen in my previous videos. Fine. So let us say subtracting 9 from 3, we are getting minus 6. So minus 6, like we cannot write minus 6 here. We have to take borrow from here. Fine. So in our previous addition videos, we were storing carries, but in the subtraction videos, we would be taking borrows. Fine. So if I take one borrow from here, so here it would become 13. Now we can divide this. Sorry, we can subtract this. We can subtract 9 minus 13. Sorry, 13 minus 9. Now we would get yes, 4, I think. Yes, 4. So now we can write here 4. So do you see a logic here? We are taking borrow from here if we are getting the result in negative by subtracting only these two digits. If we are getting the result in negative, then we are taking one borrow from here. Then we are adding 10 here. If you see here, previously it was 3 here. Now we have taken one borrow. Now we are making this 13. 13. So how do we make this 13? If we have to think in the context of programming, we just have to add 10 into this. which is nothing but the base of decimal numbers. We will see this if you are getting confused. So we have added 10 here. 10 plus 3 is 13 minus 9, which is 4. Now what is here? We have already taken one borrow from here. Now this 2 is becomes 1. Fine. So we need to subtract 4 from 1. So 1 minus 4 is minus 3. Again our result is in the negative form. So what we have to do, we have to take one borrow from here. So here previously was 1. Now, so as I already explained, if we would take borrow from here, then what it would become? It would become 11. Why? We would take borrow from here. That means we would add 1. Sorry, we would add 10 into this. 10 plus 1 is 11. Fine. So we have to subtract 4 from 11, which is nothing but 7. Now what is remaining here? Previously here was 1, but we have already taken one borrow from here, so it will become 0 now. So 0 minus 0 is 0. So we would get our result as 74. So do you see logic? See, if you have already watched my addition videos, then you might be thinking that this program is a cup of coffee for you, because very simply we are applying the logic. Like in our previous videos, we were just taking, or we were handling the carry, but here what we are doing, we are handling the borrow only. Fine. So let me explain once more so that you should not be having any confusion. So let us say 78 and 9. We have to subtract this from this. So we would pick this digit and we would put this digit. Fine. So 8 minus 9 is minus 1. That means we are getting our result in negative. So if we are getting our result in negative, then what we have to do, we have to take borrow from here, and we have to add 10 into this, because in our first video of number system, what I explained to you, this digit is 10 times greater than this digit. That means if we are having 78, then if you directly add 7 plus 8, then you are going to get 15. If we multiply 7 into 10 plus 8, then only you are going to get 78. So that is the logic which I have already explained in my first video of number system series. You should watch that. So the thing I just want to explain here is, if we are taking one borrow from the this digit, then we have to add 10 into this. So 10 plus 8 is 18. 18 minus 9, 9. So we would write 9 here. Now we have already taken one borrow from here, then it would subtract by 1. So here is 6. So 6 minus 0 is 6. So we would get here 16. Fine. So this is the logic for subtracting. And why we are adding 10 here? We are taking one borrow from here. So why we are adding 10 here? Because we are adding two decimal numbers. Let us say in the next video, if we have to add two octal numbers, then we would take one borrow from here. Then in this digit we would add 8 only, because in the octal system, as I already explained to you, in the octal system this digit is 8 times greater than this digit. So this is the logic. That's why I have invested my most of the time in my first video of number system. That you should watch the first video of the number system. Fine. So let's directly coming to the code. So this is the program for our addition videos, any base to any base addition. So let's modify this program. Let us take two input from the user. So here we are taking two input from the user and we are calling a method. And the name for this method would be, we are taking very general name. Let us say decimal subtraction. Fine. And we are not passing any base into this. We are passing just two numbers, and we are taking the result into subtraction, and we are just printing it. And inside this we do not have to take base, and also we have to change the name of this function also, that is decimal subtraction. Fine. Now we would remove all of these. So see, till here we are making a result variable and we are returning the result variable. Fine. So what we have to do in our, let's say if you have watched my addition videos, then what we used to do, we run a loop till either first number is not 0, either second number is not 0, either carry is not 0. But in this case we do not have any carry, so we would take, we can define a variable with the name carry also, but in the context of subtraction, we should define our variable with the help of borrow. So initially the borrow is 0. Fine. So we would write a loop while a is greater than 0 or b is greater than 0 or our borrow is greater than 0. If any one of these numbers are 0, then we have to run our loop. Fine. And in each iteration, what we would do, we would decrease our number by 10. Sorry, we are dividing our number by 10 because we are removing the last digit in each iteration. Fine. So now, so what we have to do, we have to take remainder of 10 because we have to pick last digit, and we have to take remainder of b also, we have to pick last digit. Also, we have to subtract the carry, sorry, borrow. So let me explain this. What I have written is, fine. So what we are doing, let us understand it. Let us say we are having 1, 2, 3 and 4. Fine. So a is pointing to this number, b is pointing to this number. Fine. So we have picked, like if I take remainder of 1, 2, 3 by 10, then what we would get? This digit. And if we take remainder of 4 by 10, then we would get this digit. So we have picked up 3 and 4. So this is 3 and this is 4 and this is 0 initially. Fine. So what we are doing, we are subtracting 4 from 3. So 3 minus 4. I have already told you, this number will be greater in every case from this number. Fine. So 3 minus 4 is minus 1 minus 0 because initially borrow is 0. So we would get here minus 1. Fine. So that's why I've explained it, because you should not be confused, because I have seen many people like they used to confuse in the first line of the subtraction, and that is the most important line also. So now what we have to check, if our difference is in negative form, which means it is less than 0. Fine. Let's say we have got the difference is minus 1, which is less than 0. So we would come into this else, we would come in the else condition. So if our difference is like in the negative, then first of all what we have to do, we have to take borrow from the another digit which is in the left of us, left of the current digit. So we would take borrow, which means we will initialize borrow from with 1, like we have taken 1 borrow from the next digit. Also what we would do, we would add 10 in the current digit. Let us say, if it is confusing to you, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So here we have got minus 1 our result, 3 minus 4 is minus 1. So this is like less than 0. Fine. So what we have to do, we have to take borrow from here 1, and if we have to take borrow from here, then we have to add 10 into this. 10 plus 3, then only it will become 13. Then only we can divide 4 from 13. Fine. So we have to add 10 also, which is base of 10 is base of octal. I am again and again base of decimal. I am really sorry. I am again and again telling this. You have to watch my first video if you are having any confusion regarding base and binary, octal, anything. I have explained everything in detail there. Fine. Now what we have to do, we have to add 10 into the difference, because in the difference we are having minus 1. So we have to add 10 and we have to take into difference variable only. Fine. Or else if we are not, like if we are having the good result, let's say 4 minus 3, if we are having 1, then we know, first of all we do not have to add 10 into the result, and we do not have to take the borrow also. So we would take borrow 0. Fine. Now, so everything is done till here, like the things are remaining from here are just handling our output. So what we would do, let us say we have already defined one result variable. So what we would do, we would take the result into result plus, initially result is 0 plus diff, which is in this case 2. Along with that, if you have watched my addition videos, we have to multiply this result with a power also. Fine. So if you have missed that, let me explain here also. Let us say we are getting 1, 2, 3 and 4. Fine. We have to divide this. So here what we would get? We would get here 7. No, 9. Fine, because 13 minus 4 is 9. So we would get 9 here. If we directly add this into 0, then 9 plus 0 is 0. And again here becomes 1. So 1 minus 0 is 0. So if we again add 1 into 9, then we would get 10. But here what we have to get? We have to get 9, I mean 1 9. So 2, and also we have 1 here, so we have to get 1 9. And if we follow this suppose, then we would add 1 again here and we would get 11. So 11 is not the answer. So to get the output in this form, what we used to do is we used to multiply the difference. Let's say in this case in 9, so 9 into 1. Let's say initially the multiplication, or I used to take the variable as power, which is 1. So 9 into 1 9 plus the previous result, which was 0. So 9 plus 0 is 0, and in this case we would get 1. So we would multiply 1 with 10. Like previously we would multiply, we had multiplied 9 with 1, but this time we would multiply 1 with 10. So 1 into 10 plus the previous result, which is 9. So this would give you 9. And in this case, if you are getting 1, then in this case you have to multiply 1 into 100. Each time we are increasing this with 10. We are multiplying this with 10. So 100 plus the previous result, which is 19. Then only you are going to get 119. So that is the logic. Again, if this is confusing to you, then you should watch my previous videos of addition, because in that video I have discussed everything in very detail. Fine. So now what we have to do? We have to multiply this diff with a power variable, and we would initialize a power variable with 1 initially, and we would multiply power with 10 in each iteration. Fine. And we can write it like this also. This is also fine. Fine. But let us write on that way, because we have already written the similar approach in our previous line. Okay. Everything is very messy, na? Yeah, it is fine now. So I think we are done. Let me check whether we are missing anything or not. Yes, we are missing one thing to return the result. And we are done here. Let us, we are having any error? Yeah, actually we have already written the return statement. Let us remove one. Fine. So let us see whether our program is going to work or not. I am directly going to run this. I hope this should work, because we have written everything. Okay, so 1 is carry, then it would subtract. Yeah, it is fine from my side, because like in each iteration we have to subtract the borrow also. So I am entering 1 2 3 4. So what should we get? 119. That means we have done a mistake here. So let us analyze what mistake we have done is. So we have taken one variable a. Okay, so we have very slight mistake, which is we have defined our power variable inside the loop. We have to define this variable outside of the loop, because in each time we have to multiply power with 10. Here what was happening, let's say you are coming into the loop, power initialized with 1, and you are again coming into the loop, and again it is being 1. So every time it was the 1 only, but in each iteration we have to increase the power also. So let us give it a run now. I hope it should work this time. We have done a very slight mistake. Let us say 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yes, so this time it is giving us the correct result. Let us test with one more input, which was 1, 2, 3 and 49. So 1, 2, 3 and 49. 74. Let us check. Yes, we are getting 74. Let us check for this one also. 78 at 9. 78 and 9. So we are getting 69, which is this one also. That means our program is working fine for decimal numbers, and in the next video we would convert this particular program into like binary numbers also. So I hope you got the like behind the scene idea of subtracting two numbers. How do we subtract two numbers of decimal base? And if you still having any confusion, then I would suggest you please reiterate this video, or even if you have missed the first video of addition, then the confusing is very obviously. So I would recommend you have to watch my number system series from very beginning. And if you have learned something from this video, then I would suggest you please hit the like button also, and do subscribe to the channel also. And one more thing I want to request from you, you can share these videos with your friends also, so that they must be aware about this also. Like there is a series which is going on this particular channel. And so that's it from my side for this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.